What's up, fellow YouTubers working on wands? They're at a point where they need to just dry up here and there. Doing a custom, more expensive Halloween wand for the Etsy. I think when it's done, it'll look kick-ass. I got a comment on one of my videos. I recently did a review for the toasted cheddar chalupa, and it was quite tasty indeed. However, the comment that I got was from a YouTuber by the name of Gothic Graceland. And Gothic Graceland comments, "So damn sexy, it sucks we're both single." Now there's a 50-50 chance it might be a troll using a picture of some random hot goth chick and coming up with a fake name to fuck with me. You think it sounds desperate and lame, but I've seen my trolls do it. On the offhand chance that it's a real woman and not some fake, my response was, being single's not bad, it's fun. Now, being single's not bad, it's fun. I'd rather be single than cheated, lied on, or disrespected, or not appreciated. And once you end up accidentally having kids with somebody, you're pretty much stuck dealing with that person until your kid's 18, whether you like it or not. So sometimes you ought to be a bit more careful with who you hook up with. In fact, a recent study showed that the longer people are single, the better dating partners they make, according to a new study. Which pretty much concludes what I've been saying all along. People who are single have a better perspective of the dating scene than those who are taken. People who are happily in love or have a relationship are seeing the world through rose-tinted glasses. And so they're not going to be focused on everyone else's relationships, only their own. But when you're single and you don't have someone, you're going to see everyone else's relationships. And when they're shoving it in your face, all you can do is laugh at them. Because people who shove it in your face are secretly afraid of it ending. So they justify their insecurity by making sure everyone within a 10-mile radius knows that's theirs. This is why you see couples flexing on Instagram or couples flexing their relationship outside of social media. Because you don't need social media or other people's approval, if the relationship is appropriate on the age levels, it's consensual, and you both love each other. Who the fuck cares, dude? Well, this brings up a rather interesting point because I seen Holly Wolf did a cosplay video, and it was tastefully done. Yeah, some sexy chicks on YouTube, I tell you what. But outside of that, I actually heard what she said in the video, and it was when her and her friend are going to Comic-Con and such, the comments they get from passersby like, damn, which is an interesting point, YouTube, because if you think about it, when a man gets catcalled on, what the fuck's he gonna say? You know, pardon my French, but if he has a wife or a girlfriend, he's gonna say he's taken. You know, men are not allowed to get offended when women hit on them, but women can get offended when men do it. Which I've never understood that double standard, but here's why it exists. Women have the right to bear children, men don't. So if you want to complain as a man about how unfair it is, shove it up your Asperger's. And some men might say, well, that's kind of unfair, blah, 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 blah. Okay, let me explain this to you fellas. What if you're walking down the street and some ugly ass broad just starts hitting on you? She's way beneath your league and she's super cringy. She's not very socially graceful. She comes up to you like, hi. Most guys are going to be going, and maybe some guys don't have standards, but I'm talking a chick you wouldn't date. You know what I'm saying? Comes up to you. Every guy is going to be like, I wouldn't want a chick like that hitting on me. That's kind of ew. And if women hear you say that, they call you shallow. But here's the kicker of it, fellas. That's exactly how women feel when men do it too much. And this is the unfortunate reality of being an attractive female, is you're going to have men hit on you, make obnoxious comments. And quite frankly, I wish they wouldn't do it. I mean, there's a level of pickup line versus, okay, that's just fucking sleazy, dude. What the fuck? Like, I got called a chauvinistic and a cynical asshole in the comment section. I was like, chauvinistic, I'm far from it. But cynical, yeah, well, that's fair. I'm at a pretty good spot with the batch of wands. I got, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 12 wands in the batch. It's a baker's dozen. And the 12th wand, like I said, is going to be a Halloween themed wand with a glow in the dark tip. So it's going to be also a lot fancier, so I'm going to have to charge a little bit more money for it. If anybody has a problem with it, that's their problem. Someone's going to buy it because the business is a booming success, mind you. You ever see these couples who just look miserable together? They fight constantly, and the only reason they stick together is because they accidentally popped out and made a kid. Yeah, the couples like that, dude, they just look fucking miserable. They're sitting there, they have no fucking sleep. You know, and that's one of the consequences of dating, unfortunately, is you know what I'm saying, if you're not careful anyway. I put a holster on your wand before you head off to duel in magic. If you didn't get that reference, then you're definitely too young to be dating. No, but my trolls like to fuck with me. They'll create these fake accounts pretending to be some hot goth chick. Oh my god, you're so sexy. Haha. Maybe they're doing it because they want to boost my confidence, or maybe they're doing it because they want to fuck with me and they think it's funny. Either way you shape it, you can't be too careful with people on the internet. And it's just unfortunate when you come across these assholes who do nothing but live to torture you. So what I do is I don't focus on that. I focus on creating quality content. You know, come to find out that, yeah, I might have just mistaken some chick as a look-alike for my crush. But, that's alright, dude. Either way you shape it. The best thing you can do on the dating scene is if you see someone you like, they seem attractive to you in that instant, but they're clearly taken. You can check them out, but that's as far as it's gonna go. And my fair argument to this is one dude to another. Okay, if your chick's banging, like super fucking hot, it comes with the territory, all puns not intended. And if you were in that single dude's position, you'd be checking her out too, because you already know. And I feel like that's also true for women who have boyfriends. If you're going to get mad because the opposite sex is checking out your other half, but if that's all they're doing, it's not going past that. They're not making obnoxious comments. They're not going up to you and she'd look better wrapped around my arms. Excuse me? Oh, I'm sorry. Did you fart? You're excused. If they're not being assholes about it, then who the fuck cares? Take it as a compliment. But then couples will use that to fight with one another. Trust and believe that. I saw how many people were checking me out the mall today. I could still have someone new in a heartbeat. You're nothing to me. Yeah, well, fuck you. Yeah, well, fuck you too. And the final point for this video, I suppose, is when couples use sex as a weapon against each other, that just makes things more stressful. And women are too stubborn to admit they want some dick, so they're going to break the dry spell between her and her other half. But no, instead of swallowing her pride, okay, that was totally not intended. Bad choice of words. Instead of swallowing her stubborn pride and saying, you know what, I'm lonely, she'll sit there and continue. Men are just as stubborn as women, so don't get that shit twisted. I'll take full credit for that. And you can use that to your advantage depending on how you want the relationship to go. That's mean, but it's the truth. Now, if you're a guy and your girlfriend starts arguing with you, if she's right, she'll stay on point. But if your girlfriend's wrong, she'll bring up an insecurity of yours just to piss you off. So you call her a bitch or a C word. And she says, well, I know what I said was hurtful, but that's no reason to call me names, asshole. That gives her an excuse to say, oh, you are so not getting any of this pussy for 2 weeks, mister. And you're going to do the fucking dishes. And she storms off. You talk to your buddies about it, and your buddy makes some sexist comment like, oh, she's probably on her period, bro. Just calm down. Because that's what men do. We're assholes like that sometimes. Like, oh, we don't know what the fuck you want because women do not communicate directly. They're always with the subtle hints, like we're supposed to read fucking minds over here. Men are simple. They're like, you tell us to lift the couch and put it over here, we'll do it. You look at us and say, oh, honey, it's kind of cold in here. We'll look at you and say, yeah, it kind of is, isn't it? What do you want us to do? Turn up the heat, cuddle closer, grab a blanket? What? Talk to us. Okay, if women can make an effort to communicate more directly, then maybe men can make an effort to listen. There's a fucking thought. I sound like a goddamn broken record. Where's the fucking needle at? That's gender fucking equality, YouTube. Women sitting there blaming men for everything, and then get pissed off when men are sexist towards women. I'm like, yeah, well, not taking responsibility for your share of it, honey. That's kind of sexist. I mean, but if a man like myself says it, I get labeled as a misogynist and a sexist pig. But if a woman said crap like this, you would say, oh, this woman is so woke. Eh. Not me personally. If my girlfriend tried grounding me from sex, I would laugh because I've gone literally 2 years without it. Next month will be 2 years officially. So that shit doesn't works with me, man. Like, I don't need sex to get off. If I got my girlfriend sleeping next to me, I could bust a nut on her back. And she's like, ew, what the fuck, you asshole, sorry. And maybe I should put a scope on it. Because I'm horrible with the aim. Sorry, honey, you said I was grounded from sex. You asshole. Let me get you a Kleenex. I didn't mean to squirt all over your back like that. And she said, I'll get it myself. You're a fucking asshole. Like, love you, babe. Between that obnoxious bullshit and then going out of your way to do nice things for her, she'll sit there. Well, just because you're being nice to me, don't think you're getting none of this pussy. And it's like, oh, I'm doing it because I love you. What the fuck is this shit? And then when she breaks, be like, no, I'm not in the mood. Night, honey. Going back to what I said earlier, if your girlfriend and you are fighting and arguing, and she starts pulling up your insecurities to piss you off, start bringing up her insecurities. And when she calls you an asshole, all you gotta say is, honey, we will discuss this when you're calm. Right now you seem a little too tense. The estrogen kicking in? Oh, I bet it is. Love you, babe. Just walk away. Because you've won that argument. Dun 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 dun. Oh, and women are hella fucking awesome in arguing. They're manipulative as shit. And if using your insecurities doesn't work, she might resort to violence because now you're pissing her off. Because she's losing the argument and she knows it, so now she'll resort to violence or more arguing and more yelling and getting angry. It's a last resort. It's cheap, and I hate to say it, but there are some women who take advantage of that. This whole you're not supposed to hit women thing, which I totally support 100%. But you gotta admire the kicker of it. Men are being raised, it's not okay to hit women, but women are being raised, all men are just pigs. Yet, I'm the cynical asshole for pointing it out. And women taking advantage of that social expectation is no different than men taking advantage of their position as men in the workforce to get ahead faster because they can. You know, it's disgusting, it's deplorable. Women constantly go on about how men are fucking pigs for using their gender's privilege, and I'm like, oh, I want to bite my tongue because this is going to be a fucking 2 hour argument of, well, you don't know, well, you don't know, well, you don't know, well, just, where's the whiskey at? Because honestly, I've seen gender privilege go both ways. That's why it's called gender privilege. There are some things that women get away with that men cannot do, and vice versa. There are some things that men do that women cannot do. It's just how it is. When you're acknowledging true gender equality, you have to acknowledge that women and men are both capable of getting jobs and maintaining a living. Both men and women deserve equal respect, and they deserve to be treated as you treat others. You know, it's the golden fucking rule. And believe me, when people are dicks and they're shoving shit in your face, just, you know, relationships and crap, ignore them. You know, ignore them. That's a very nice looking dash of wands. Very nice indeed. The kind of bullshit that just makes you want to freaking smoke. Because men are not allowed to complain about how unfair their gender has it without women stepping in saying, well, you don't know the half of it. And then it just turns into a fucking pissing contest of poor me, poor me, poor me, poor me, boo-hoo. Wah. And nobody wants to listen to that. Instead of focusing on which gender has it harder, be like, you know what? Both genders have problems, so maybe we should work towards understanding each other instead of complaining that which side has it rougher, you know? And once you do that, women need to stop slut-shaming each other and slut-shaming themselves. Men need to stop demasculating each other and themselves. You know, oh, that drink's for sissies. Real men drink this kind of beer. Urgh. Or you could just have a beer and shut the fuck up. You know, there's that too. Back at it tomorrow, folks. Working on wands. Rattlesnake Randy sent me something from Amazon, so I gotta get up so I don't miss the package. And then hopefully tomorrow I get my tactical. Later on today, hopefully I get my soap so I can do a badass commercial for it. We don't need any stinking snow. That shit can bypass us. It's not December. We don't need snow. So mote it be in the witch's circle. You know, you could focus on the hate comments that I get on YouTube, but I'm focusing on the likes that I get on the videos and all the positive comments. people saying that looks good, I gotta try it, you know. That's how you play the YouTube game, my peeps. Before I close out the video, how many subscribers do I have? Let's find out, shall we? 10,602 subscribers. Yeah, buddy. If you like these kinds of rants, subscribe for more. My goal on this channel with these kinds of videos is to help women and men better understand each other. I hear a lot of people complain about how the dating scene sucks, and I'm like, well, if you want it to suck less, then here's my suggestion. And you can take it or leave it, not that my opinion matters. Anyways, tubes, thank you for watching the rant, and I'll catch you cool cobras on the flip side. Subscribe to the King Cobra JFS channel for more awesome content.